reducing the capacity of the pit. Because the water flows here, there is a need for having a small apron. Otherwise, water falling like this will create a scour here. So in the beginning, when there is no water in this pit, when water collects in the silt trap and overflows, it would cause erosion here unless this apron for a small length is provided. Now as the water level rises, it will fill up this, and even this will get filled up at the time of very heavy rains, and an overflow has got to be provided. This overflow goes into a drain, and such drains collect in a natural wagu, natural stream, and the natural stream can have a minor irrigation structure, a tank-like structure, which will in turn facilitate a recharge to water table. So there are three stages. One is the recharge structure within the premises. The second thing is a recharge structure of a much bigger size, 22 meter by 22 meter, for recharging water coming from an area of 10 hectares, which includes the roads and all the open grounds, and ultimately a tank storage structure, a minor irrigation tank storage structure similar to that across a stream. And these tanks will have to be maintained properly and have to be designed also properly to carry these flows coming out of such pits. Let us see how this looks in a plan. This is the bottom of the pit, which is 16 meter by 16 meter, and this is the top of the pit in plan, which is 22 meter by 22 meter, and this is the silt trap. Water enters here and flows down, and this is that apron which I was telling, and it fills up. Now a question may come up: is there space in an urban area to provide for construction of such a pit? There are several areas available in the shape of compounds of big offices, or could be some open areas in parks and playgrounds. And if there is a problem to find out a space for this, I feel that the area has got to be acquired, just as we acquire for increasing the width of the road. So we may have to acquire for accommodating a pit of this type in a 5 hectare area. When we do all these works, that is the house premises recharge as well as the public places recharge for every 5 hectares, and again a minor irrigation tank down below, then the amount of rainfall that is intercepted and allowed to go for recharge to groundwater would become quite significant. In fact, the water table level in an urban area can come up to a few meters below ground level, like 2 meters below ground level, and the required groundwater can be tapped even through open dug wells, as was done much earlier, a century back. And enough of groundwater would then be available to meet the requirements of the urban population, and minimum treatment is needed, like disinfection, chlorination, and supply. The capital cost of works also would get reduced, because in any given situation in urban area, we have nearly 600 to 800 mm of rainfall per year. And considering that even about 1/3 of it goes for recharge to groundwater in the urban area, there is no need to get water from anywhere else, from any stream nearby or any faraway place, because the groundwater itself will be able to supply for the drinking water requirements. Actually, in urban area, the groundwater recharge is able to support agricultural operations, and we all know that the quantity of water used for agriculture in a rural area is nearly 95% of the total water used, and it's only 5% of groundwater that is used for domestic purposes, for drinking water. Now in this case of an urban area, we don't have agricultural use. All that water is available for domestic purposes, and it is possible to get the requirements of the urban area water supply or domestic water supply through such recharge devices and through groundwater. Even in the urban areas, there may be a need for having subsurface dams along the stream courses down below the tanks in order to prevent the flow of groundwater to a lower area. So the urban water, drinking water or domestic water requirements can be totally met through such recharge structures, and therefore adequate importance will have to be given for these three types of structures. One is recharge structure in the house premises. The second one is the recharge structure in the public places, and the third one is a tank structure in the streams.